So here's the thing. Not everything needs to have a price tag. Not everything needs to be a side business or a side hustle. And not everything that you're good at needs to become content. Have you ever been doing something you genuinely love, like maybe painting or baking or even journaling, and someone says to you, you could totally monetize this, you could turn this into a business, right? And suddenly, what used to bring you so much joy and peace now feels like a missed business opportunity. And you start wondering to yourself, should I be turning this thing into a brand or a business? Am I wasting my potential by just enjoying the thing? So if that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I have battled with that so many times. Hey, I'm Wendy Ama, and I love exploring honest conversations around creativity, career, business, and productivity, and really, finding ways to build a meaningful life that we can be the best at. Today, we are unpacking something that I think a lot of us see, but we rarely say out loud. And that is the pressure to monetize everything. We're going to talk about this in different layers. Why this pressure is so loud right now. We're also going to talk about the hidden cost of turning every hobby into a hustle. And also why you need at least one sacred unmonetized joy in your life. And finally, how to reclaim the joy and the freedom to just enjoy things again without turning them into a product or a brand. So if you've ever felt guilty for not turning your passion or your talent or your hobby into a business, or you've just been quietly wondering if you are wasting time doing something that you love without turning it into a business, stick around, because this might just be the permission slip that you didn't know you even needed for you to just do the things that you love to do. And if you enjoy this kind of conversations, don't forget to follow or subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Now let's get into it. Why do we feel this pressure? That's the first thing to really ask ourselves. Let's start with where this pressure even comes from, because it's not just in our heads, right? There are systems, real systems in place and messages that are fueling this attitude, especially right now in 2025. The first I'm going to explore is the creator economy. Right now we live in a world where everything can be monetized. You love skincare? Of course, build a YouTube channel. Are you obsessed with home organization? That's a whole niche now, especially on TikTok. Don't even get me started, but I love some of them. Every interest feels like it could become a brand, and the line between joy and professional content has gotten so blurry, and suddenly even our quiet little hobbies start to feel like a business opportunity just waiting to happen. And the second thing I'm going to explore is hustle culture and really having multiple streams of income. That idea that if we're not making money in our sleep, you are doing life wrong. That's like the message of 2025. Yes, financial independence matters. I'm always want to talk about financial independence, and I'm not knocking that. But this pressure has reached a point where even rest feels like wasted potential, like you should be doing something, because you're not just baking. Oh no, you are ignoring the bakery you should have started. Or you're not just knitting or doodling, you're sleeping on your future on Etsy, maybe having Etsy success. It's just constantly being reminded we should be doing something. And thirdly, let's talk about the economy, and that's what's really fueling this. Everything is so expensive right now. People have to monetize their skills just to make ends meet, and that is so valid. But today I'm really talking about how to take a balanced approach towards really chasing your passion, your hobbies, without feeling the need to monetize every single thing or generate income from everything that you love. Hidden cost of monetizing everything. Let's talk about that. So what actually happens when we give into that pressure? It just stops feeling like play, stops feeling like a hobby, becomes a performance. Now you're not just drawing or doing things for joy because you love it. You start doing it for the algorithm. You start to wonder, will people like this before you even start? So it's mostly motivated by people and the algorithm. It becomes so much work. And even when you love it, there is always like this constant need to perform. There's branding decision. It's no longer your solemn place. It's your next deliverable. And this kind of limits our creativity, because where money is involved, there's also fear. You don't want to mess up. You stop experimenting with things you like. You stop allowing yourself to be bad at something. And that's where growth actually lives. And some of the most soul nourishing things in life are the ones that we do without a strategy, without an audience, without the need to scale. And we all need something. I'm a very creative person. I believe that we all need something that is ours, untouched by performance or profit. So why do we actually need a hobby? Is it a waste of time? Let me ask you this. What's something that you love doing that no one knows about? It's just you, maybe in your shower. That's your secret hobby, right? It doesn't have to be productive. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to even be profitable. It's yours, right? It's a sacred hobby. And it gives you the space to be playful, to be messy, to just be childlike again, to be present. And that's why I personally love the hobbies that I have, because not everything needs a business plan. Not everything needs to be posted. Not everything needs to be shared. Some things are just for you and for you alone, and that is enough. So how do we actually protect those joyful things in our lives? Here are a few reminders for you to think about that I have found helpful in my own journey. Number one is to set boundaries, even with yourself. You don't have to turn everything into content. You can draw from the drawer, you can sing in the shower, you can write poems no one ever reads, and that's just real freedom. And I know that's a luxury for a lot of people, but schedule joy like you schedule meetings. Seriously, put it in your calendar to do 30 minutes to make something badly, 1 hour of just guilt-free play. And that will be a foil to the other things that actually make you money. And the third thing I'm going to talk about is to pick a hobby that is off limits for monetization. Not everything, not because it's not good enough, but because it just deserves to stay sacred and for you to protect that space. And the fourth point I'm going to share is about checking your mindset. Ask yourself, why do I feel like every single thing that I love needs to make money for me? Will I still love it if no one else saw it? Am I doing this for purpose or for pressure? It's just the mindset and how you approach these things that matters. And sometimes just asking yourself those questions helps you reset and have like a little reset button in your head. So let's be honest, some of us are tired of turning everything we love into something we sell. Even though we all want to make money, we also want to make things and rest. We want to be creative without making it content all the time. We want to feel like humans again, not walking brands or walking billboards. And guess what? You are allowed to want that. You can pursue success and protect your peace. You can build something meaningful and keep something just for yourself so sacred. You don't have to monetize everything to matter. So the next time someone says you should totally sell that or you should totally turn that into your business, smile and ask yourself this question: do I want to, or do I feel like I should? That little pause, that is your power. So if this resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe or follow so we can keep having this kind of honest conversations about career and business, and maybe share it with someone who needs to hear this right now, who needs this reminder. So until next time, I will catch you in the next video. We'll do something that brings you joy, no pressure, no posting, just for you. I'm Wendy Emma, and I'll see you in the next one.